Welcome back. I'm Aaron Jack. This is Artist to Art. We're going to be on with Jessica in a second. So, welcome. Turn on the lights when they work. And that's how it works. So, Jessica's coming on here. Welcome, everybody. Oh, perfect. Welcome, Sylvie. Welcome, Chase Higgins. Welcome, everybody. Hey, there we go.
Did it. Hi.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Welcome to this Instagram live experience.
Yes. Yay.
Right? How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm good. Just looking how the lighting isn't great on that painting, right? Something.
Right? Well, you got it set up. You just reset it up. Where are you? Why don't you tell us a little bit about where you're at, what you're up to, where people
Okay.
can find you, and then we'll go from
I'm
there.
in Chicago right now, but I will be also going to Arizona part of the year. So Chicago and Arizona is where I'm based, but really Chicago's home base. This is where most of my art is. Um, and that's kind of what I've been doing for the last few years, is going back and forth. And so I leave some pieces in Arizona. I have some in a gallery in Arizona, and I leave most of my stuff here. And then when I head home from Arizona, maybe like the beginning of May, um, I get really attached to a lot of pieces, and I'm like, well, I really want to take these home. And so I end up shipping some of them if it's not too expensive. And I actually started trying to do some more paintings on rolled canvas so that I could ship, because most of the stuff I paint is very large, like 4 by 5 feet at least. I don't know, is this gonna, it's, most of the things I paint are, 3 feet by 4 feet is usually the smallest, and then I like to go up and up and up. So I discovered that
Wow.
if I love big. So I did two love paintings that were, one was 5 feet wide by 6 feet, and the other one was 6 feet, 7 feet by 6 feet.
Wow.
So
That's pretty big.
yes. So I realized that if that's on wood, which I don't even know if they make canvas on wood that big, but if they do, I mean, shipping would be like insane. So I'm trying, I mean, I prefer to probably work on an actual canvas. It depends what I'm doing. Um, you can't stand above a piece of rolled canvas if it's tacked to the wall. And I like to do all kinds of like throwing and dripping and stuff like that. And I can't do that from that angle. But if it's writing like the love over and over and over, then I can do it. But yeah, and then sometimes I put it on the floor instead of on a wall so that I could just go crazy on the floor. Um, I mean, most of my stuff is on wood already, but I have a big chunk now up with stuff that is not, so that I could ship. That it's like somewhat affordable to ship. It's actually really pretty cheap to ship a rolled painting, even if it's 5 feet by 6 feet. I shipped from
Wow.
like Arizona to New York, the 6 feet by 7 feet in a tube for like 100 and maybe 50 the most. So otherwise, that's good. So I'm
That's pretty
starting to do that.
good. That's pretty good to ship a rolled canvas like that.
Yes, that's my new thing, since I'm kind of been jumping around a little bit with what location I am at. And then I also um, when I'm traveling back and forth, we ship a car. So if I can try, I kind of take over whatever space I'm in with my art. I'm like I took over my parents' house with like the garages to paint and the art everywhere. And I have that here, I have it in Arizona. I kind of took over. And of course, since I paint very messy. I'm not a neat painter, so kind of ruined some spaces, but the process, right?
The process.
It's the
It's the
part of
process.
the process destroying
The-
some things.
How do you find these spaces that you work in?
I've been working. I've actually taken over both my parents' garages in Arizona and in Chicago, and it's kind of like since it's already messy now, I might as well just keep painting the floor. Um, yes, I actually I did the one of the garages is really nice, like no clean, no paint, nothing like. And I put a canvas for the first time on the wall in there, and I took a water gun and I filled it, dying to like try and just. So I pretty much missed the canvas because the water guns, like a super blaster of paint or whatever, like it didn't work the way I was planning on it. It was like I'm like shooting paint and it's like going all over the scene. Like, oh, it was like I can't believe I just did that. And there was no way of getting it off. It was so I wouldn't recommend doing that in a space that you can't you know, that you can't clean or not yours or not yours. Definitely not in a space that's not yours. But yeah, that's
Wow.
I did a couple times. I tried with the water, like the blaster, but I just like exploring anything. Hi, Sarah. I
That's
like
so
to say hi to
awesome.
everyone.
So we have some questions here. Joe asked, "Is that your art behind you?"
Yes, it is. It's I could try and show you a little bit better. I'm gonna get up. Um, I don't know. Can you see how big it is when I stand back?
I don't know. It, it looks pretty big, but I think we need reference point. We need like a
Yeah,
hand in there or
that's
something.
4 by 5 feet. Well, no, you can't see it from here.
Well, we can see it, but we can't see it like how big it is. Like,
You can't see like the ceiling or anything.
no.
Uh,
Oh,
it's
there we go.
it's it's big.
It's big. It's big.
Yeah, I use like it's really hard because in a lot of my paintings I have so many colors, but it just depends on the lighting what you could see. And a lot of my paintings, this isn't a textured one really, but a lot of my paintings are very textured and it's really does not show up. Um, I just did this recently. Can you see it?
Oh yeah.
It's kind of wild,
Very
kind of
cool.
old. Sorry, I'm stuck with the camera, you guys. Thank you. So,
No, no, it's all good. It's all good. This is just like it's alive, you know. It's
yeah,
not.
I know. I'm not set up to
We don't
do
have
like,
the big cameras in there. We're just hanging out on our
yeah,
phones or
yeah,
iPad or whatever, you know.
yeah, yeah, totally.
So Liquid Wizard asked, what are good beginning steps to getting your art noticed by your clients?
To get my art, what?
Noticed by your clients.
Um, I really did it mostly through social media. Instagram has been a really great tool for me. Um, And Instagram is hard. I mean, it got harder because the algorithms and like I don't see. I for some reason I see the same few people's feed in my feed all the time. It seems like the same 50 people. I actually have been finding like if I don't follow people and I follow abstract art or like contemporary art, I'll see their posts more than if I'm following them. It doesn't like show up. Um, what I did though is over the years, I really engaged with my audience and I really tried to interact and people who've written me, I really try and answer questions even though I don't consider myself like a pro or super knowledgeable, but people are like, oh, how'd you do this or how'd you do that or whatever, and I try and engage. And if someone writes me, you know about something they're going through or suffering, and I post about my what I have, and I'll respond. I'm actually interested in the people. And I think if you express that interest back, then people are more likely to keep looking at your art and spreading the word and stuff like that. So that's what I do to get an audience. I mean, I post it on Facebook. I don't do take out ads or anything like that. I think it's like you have to work hard on Instagram and social media, and then you have to keep those people. Hi Sam. Hi everyone. You have
Yeah,
to keep those.
you can say hi to people. Yeah, go
You have to
for
keep
it.
those people. You have to keep those people. I kind of check in with people. It's kind of weird. It's like sometimes I feel like I like my Instagram friends more than my real life people. Everyone's super supportive on Instagram. It's really like been a nice outlet. Um, it's like you can avoid following what you don't want to follow. It's my cousin Laura. Hi Laura. She runs a gallery in New York.
Oh,
I
cool.
forgot Pop International, I think. Um, so it just, yeah, I try and engage and I try and really talk to people, see what's going on in their life. If they, feel like they need to talk, if they sometimes, like I said, sometimes people will say, oh, I battle with this, something like you battle with, and I'm not like, cool. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. How are you feeling? But that's my personality too. So I genuinely care about most people.
Mm.
There,
That's fair. That's beautiful.
you know, obviously I get some kind of, uh, I get a lot of weird spam and messages and stuff like that too. So, and I feel bad because sometimes I lose track of messages. Um, so sometimes people write and I like literally don't see it till like a year later, and it's like the nicest message, and I'm like, ah. So, but yes, engage with your audience, engage with people who ask you questions, and just that I think helps. I think that's helped me a lot.
Hmm. Wait, Liquid Wizard says, Laura, that's my cousin too. No, oh, joke. Oh, that's a joke. Okay. That would be interesting. I've
Yeah,
had strange things happen, so, but I was like, oh wait, end of the line. Get to the line, end of the line. Um, Someone mentioned about like your control that you're
my what?
the internet. Um, how do you control your or not control your paint?
Control my paint?
Yeah, someone was talking about like the controlled or non-controlled like way that you're painting. Like, are there certain techniques? I think they're asking.
Yeah, my technique is no technique. Um, For real. I'm self-taught, and literally just started exploring, and I threw down a canvas, and in the beginning, like, I used like a few colors. I did a lot of black and white in the beginning, um, which a lot of people love, but for me, I really love working with bright colors. It helps my mood, and I think it helps with like depression and everything. Like, you walk in and you see something like, whoa, like it's not gonna take that all away, but it's just like when the sun is out, you feel a little better. Um, so when I started, I was doing a few colors, and then I was just using basically acrylic and stuff. And then I sent you a picture of my painting, the Insomnia
Oh yeah.
painting. And that was one of my first paintings. And I
Wait,
wanted,
wait. Which one? We've got a bunch. We can
that's
go through.
that's the follow up. It's like 8 years later. It's like that, but kind of, but it's the first. It's a different one. Um,
Okay. Okay.
it's
Like
it's
that.
kind of,
No, that's your love painting.
yeah. That's
We
like
can
in
go
the
through. We can go through your work here. We can go
it's
through it.
it's the beginning. It's in the beginning. But I started, and I watched. It was so funny. I knew nothing about art, and I started painting, and people were like, "Oh, you're like doing Pollock," and I was like, and I had seen the movie Pollock, but I really didn't know about Pollock, and I didn't want to. I'm like, I don't want to copy Pollock. So my aunt had actually given me a book for the holidays as a gift, and I, to this day, have not really opened it because I didn't want to copy anyone. Does that make sense? I mean, I know to get inspired, but I really don't like to. I like to see what comes out of me. I don't want to do the same thing someone else does. Um, I mean, I think it's like obviously a compliment when people say that, but I kept getting it so much. And I was like, and then I discovered, after the first stuff I started doing was more Pollocky, and then I discovered, oh, it's the documentary with Banksy, The Exit Through, oh, do you know the name of it?
Yeah, yeah. Through the gift shop. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
thanks, Laura. Yes, I've got my own weird style going on. Um, So this is when I just started, and I had painted something and it was so ugly, and I'm like, I'm throwing this out. I've had so many people want to buy this painting over the years, and I won't sell it. And I'm like, I I love it now. And what I did was I watched Exit Through Banksy. I discovered spray paint, which is amazing, and I love it. But it's, I mean, it's not healthy. But it's gotta wear your mask and glove up and stuff, which sometimes you get so into the process, you like forget. I'm like, I'm just gonna do one little spray, and then I'm like, wait, one more little spray. I get really lost in my art. Like, I'll go in and think I'm doing something for like 2 minutes. Like, I'm like, I'll leave the door open, the lights on, and then I'm like, oh, I'm just touching something up, and then I'll realize like an hour went by, and I'm like, oh my god, and then sometimes I'll be in pain because I don't realize like I'm twisting or like do like in such an odd position with my body because I get so into it, like with the colors and the art. I literally, this is one of the only things in my life that I can actually get lost in, or a really good Netflix series, but this probably more. Um, but it's definitely physical. So I discovered spray paint. I started using spray paint, and I use spray paint and acrylic, and I do not work with oil. I think about oil, but sorry about that, you guys. But
It's okay. This is why it's live. These things happen. There's like, oh, you never know what's gonna happen.
okay, my mom here could answer it, but I don't think she's in the shower. Hold on. All right,
It's okay.
it'll go in a
It's
second.
okay. Get it. Yeah.
So, anyways, when I first started painting, I knew nothing about paint, like literally nothing. I know, it's funny. Um, and Jesus, how many times doesn't it go to voicemail?
This is a good question. This is like the new art, the ringing art.
Oh my God.
Welcome to live. This
I
is
don't know
how
how
we
you
live our modern life.
say that
Always,
without me there
always in a strange moment.
a little better. I hate when the colors, you can't see the colors like really how they are, which is like the same in my photos. You can't really tell. But so I started using spray paint, acrylic. Um, if sometimes like if there's house paint around and I like the color, I'm like, shh. Sticks, stones, like marbles. I literally, when I started exploring, I was like, it was amazing. It was like so fun. And I was painting for myself. I wasn't painting, and people are like, oh, you're an artist. I'm like, am I? Like, I don't know what makes an art. You know what I'm saying? I didn't, um, because I didn't study art and I don't know. It was weird. Like, I don't know that I felt confident to be like, yes, I'm an artist. But people started really liking them and, you know, started selling. So, um, just kind of happened. It was not planned in any way whatsoever.
Wow.
Um, and now I just continue to love to explore and, you know, I was gonna say the first time I ever bought when I went to buy paint well, I was living in LA. I moved home to Chicago, and it's like I moved home right before winter. This is my hometown, but coming from LA and then going to Chicago, I was visiting in the summer, and everyone was around, and it was like, oh, this will be fine, it'll be fun, and then it got cold, and like I didn't see a person. Everyone like hibernated. And my family left town, and I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? And at the time, I had an airbrush tanning company. This is back when airbrush tanning started. I used to do that, and I did celebs in LA. And I guess that's kind of a little bit of a format of painting with an airbrush. Um, you're painting them brown. But I came home, and that was not a big thing in the winter in Chicago. And this is just like when Facebook was starting and someone put up a picture of like a painting and I was like, not an art, he wasn't an artist. He's just like, oh, I'm playing around. And I'm like, oh my God, that looks so fun. And he's like, you should go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby. And I went and I picked out all this neon paint and it was temper. Is it temper? Is that how you say it? The
Yeah,
kids
tempera paint.
flicks off because it doesn't stay. I didn't even know. I was just like, oh my God. I'm like, these are colors are awesome. And then it started like peeling and they're like, it's for kids. Like it's not permanent. So I'm like, ah. So I slowly learn more about paint, but I don't study anything. I really just kind of on my own, just explore. Is there a question? I
I
see
think we
some.
have some questions. I think Henrietta, we've had some funny comments in here from some awesome people. Mimi's in here, Henrietta, Vivian.
I,
Um,
oh,
Hi,
Lula's.
everybody.
Thank you.
So why did you? So I think we answered the why you started painting from Henrietta. I think that we kind of got into that. But feel free to ask. And then The Ring of 2020 was the name of this movie. Um, said Vivian. So so you wanted to talk a little bit about like your current collaboration,
Yeah,
and what that has to do with your health.
yes. So I have something called myalgic encephalitis, and it's really a horrible disease. And I know I look okay. That's like part of the hardest part is that you can't see it. Um, oh, it's kind of like when a virus takes over your body, like Epstein-Barr, or multiple viruses that mutate, and it's really debilitating. And painting is actually pretty painful for me. Causes a lot of pain and a lot of energy. Like I can't run errands and paint in the same day. I have to pick and choose. I have like a very tiny window of what I can do. And I've been going to doctors all over the country, and there is no cure for this right now. But if anybody wants to Google it, because there's millions of people that have this, and they're hoping through COVID, because some people are getting COVID, they're calling them the long haulers. They're not recovering. They're having lasting symptoms of, where they can't move, or neurological damage, or certain things like that. And so we're hoping in this ME community that will help raise awareness. And I actually have help a lot setting up my paint. And so you have inflammation in the brain with this disease, which is why I actually think that's reflected a lot in my paintings. It's all very chaotic, and I have trouble concentrating. That's part of it. So that's why I don't watch a lot of stuff, or watch videos on how to paint. I'm like, I'm just gonna do this. Like, I don't have the attention span to focus. And so I think like this painting, that's very much a reflection of my brain. Like, I just had a special scan with radiation, because there's just, it's such a bizarre disease, and they're trying to figure it out. But if anybody wants to learn anything more about this, and it is invisible, because I know I look okay, and I'm not okay. So, like, I'm not saying it to anyone feel bad at all. I'm just saying, I think that's made me a little bit more kinder, and a little bit more. I've always been an empathetic person, but you can go to ME Action to learn more, or Open Med Foundation, and a lot of people just aren't aware about this. They kind of stuck it under the table as like a pretend disease, and it's been brutal. It's taken over my life, and this art is literally maybe what keeps me going. It's one of the only things I have. So this whole like COVID thing, where everybody's home and can't do things, this is a lot of my real life. And it's I don't know. I debate whether, damn it. Sorry, you guys. I debate whether I want to talk about it, but I've noticed that lately I've been talking about it. I've had a lot of people reach out to me with the illness, and I mean, from all over the country, and they're just like, thank you so much, and whatever. So if I could use my art and raise awareness, then I'm gonna do it. I'm kind of, it's hard for me. It's like I kind of don't want to say anything, but then at the same time, I feel like I need to. And that kind of goes into my collaboration, because most people with this illness, it's very isolating, and a lot of people from this suffer from depression and anxiety, and also because your brain is inflamed and nothing's working properly in your body. And so this amazing organization called Your Mom Cares, you could go to their Instagram. It's a bunch of celeb moms, who, like Jonah Hill's mom and Adam Levine's mom, and they started this. Thank you so much. They started this organization, and it's to stop the stigmatism of like depression and anxiety, of being, how people think of it, and they're focusing on children, and that's so important right now. These children, these children need help, especially, everybody needs help, but when you're a child, and you don't have a lot of times, you're just, I feel like people are considered like a bad child, but like they maybe have really bad depression and anxiety, and that's what's causing them. I know this organization is amazing. They collaborate with all these brands and all these things, and I, it's all the money goes, not all the money necessarily the collaborations, all the money that they raise though goes to children's mental wellness, and I think that's amazing. And then in order to make the product, I collaborated with Sugar. So it's Art Sugar, Your Mom Cares, and myself. And Art Sugar is also, they do all these awesome things for your house made out of like all these cool artists, and honored to be part of that. And they also give back. They're about giving back as well. I think that's really important right now. So I'll show you what I did. I've never made a print in my life, and I've had people ask me to do prints or put stuff on clothes, and I just never wanted to. But when Your Mom Cares approached me, I was like, okay, it's time to do a print. So I did. First of all, I took one of these hearts. Well, I'll show you the print. I gotta flip the camera. It's the love painting. Can you pull up the love painting?
Oh yeah,
Aaron,
sure.
do you have the love painting?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna
Wait,
flip it.
let's go through it. I've got it here. Somewhere. It's hard to tell which is which. They're all like tiny thumbnails,
It says
so
love.
yeah. Nope. Nope.
No,
We're just gonna have to go through one by one.
it's the big 6 foot by 7 foot. Anyways, I'm gonna flip the camera. Let me
Yeah,
figure
why
this.
don't you flip it? Because it's right there with you. Let's look
Yeah.
at it there.
Okay.
We'll flip it. We'll have it in the room. That way you can kind of like show different angles. It's much better to show it on the camera.
Do you see it?
Oh yeah, it's the right way around.
Okay, so this is the mini one, and this is just like so cute and perfect. It comes ready to hang,
Oh
and
wow, look at that.
a percentage goes to Your Mom Cares for children's mental health, and then can you see it, Aaron?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think
Yeah.
okay.
Give us some thumbs up in the comments if you can see it. Or maybe some hearts. I think hearts go better with
This
love.
painting took me 3 months. I mean, this is a print, and it's only 3 feet by 3 feet, but yeah, it's very neon. It's neon. I did layer upon layer upon layer of painting, and then, I mean, this is just, I hand wrote the loves and whatever. So they just extended, this is 3 feet by 3 feet. The other one is 10 by 10 inches. And they just extended the collaboration through the end of October. So I'm going to flip back around. So if anybody wants prints, that is the only print I have ever made, and it's for a great cause. And I just found out right before I went live that they're extending it. And then I also started making all these little hearts. I obviously do large scale mostly, but I was quarantined in Arizona during the pandemic, and in like May and June, it was like 110 degrees. I've never been there when it was that hot, and literally like didn't leave the house. So I started making mini paintings, mini hearts, mini love, and it just like, I wanted to just spread the love in the bright colors. I didn't really work with any dark colors. It was too depressing with everything going on. And I started just making all these hearts, and because I wanted people who wanted something little to be able to have something like affordable. I know not everybody can purchase or have the space, or the colors don't work, but when it's a small little heart, or a small little love thing, usually there's somewhere to put it, you know? It can do it. So I this acrylic block, which I'm obsessed with. It's so cool. It is part of the collaboration. We took one of my hearts. It's locked in this block. I think it's a block of love. And it's perfect for, like, honestly, you could put this anywhere, but like, I like it on my nightstand because it's just like happy. But it's a great gift. It's just like, I don't know. I love this.
That's so
And
cool.
this is what I did with, Art Sugar and Your Mom Cares. So the acrylic block and the two love prints. And I don't know. I think it's really cool, and I think the fact that this is for going a portion to children's wellness, mental health, that's like really important, and it just sends the whole love signal. And I feel like right now, that's what we all need is like love and bright colors. And I'm not like a happy go. I'm not like always happy or anything. I'm definitely not. I have depression and anxiety and stuff. But art is just the brightness I have right now. I can choose to see bright, and I mean, that's what's so cool. Yeah, you guys can get this in my link because I think some people are like, "Oh, I love that." So it literally just got extended till the end of October, so you have to kind of jump on it quick. Um, I wouldn't be advertising unless it was for charity. So, I don't want to say charity, an organization. That's a great organization. So, yeah. Does anybody have any other questions?
Yeah, let's check out some of what you've been working on here.
Hey,
Why don't you just tell me a little bit about what's going on?
is the lighting really bad in here? I feel like there's a
Oh,
glare
it's
over
fine.
the side.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, so what's going on here in this image?
In what?
Oh, in the image that's like on the screen. Can you see my
No, it froze.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did it freeze for everybody else? Let me know if it's frozen or not frozen. Below in the
It,
comments. um Let me see. Can you see this at all? No?
no, it's
No, it's
probably,
frozen.
hopefully, it will unfreeze in a
Unfreeze
second.
soon.
Which one is it?
Oh, why don't you Oh, okay, so it's not frozen for them, it's only frozen for you. So Instagram is very strange and
The
that's the way
splashy
it is.
rainbow happiness? Someone is splashy rainbow happiness. I thank you. I think, right?
Oh,
Rainbows are good,
oh, we
right?
could. Oh, that's Vivian. That's Vivian. We
Here,
could
I'm gonna
have a we
walk
could
out
have a
for a
game
second and
where
see if I can see it
we could have a
when
game
you get
where
out of
everybody in
this.
the comments tries to describe what's on the screen, and you can't see what.
I can see what you have on. Let me
Yeah, and then
switch.
you have to guess. what, which of
That
your
doesn't narrow
images is
it
it?
down because a lot of what I do is like rainbow.
Yeah.
I
So
can't
what's this
see
one,
it.
everybody? What's this one? Because
Guess my own art. I can't.
yeah,
I don't know
guess
why.
your own art. This is so games can be fun when they're on. I don't know.
You're totally frozen. I can't believe it. I can see comments. I see Neon Galaxy. Neon Galaxy. That's my space one. Is the background black?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So that was something like I said, I don't plan it out. Like I know if I'm commissioned to do a piece, then I plan it out. But otherwise, I don't plan what I'm gonna do. I literally go in the space. I take out like every color spray paint. Um, every color acrylic. I take out like 60 paints. I take out small bottles. I take out like 60 different colors. I take everything. And then I just kind of start. So, um, I noticed on a lot of my paintings that I don't really know what I'm doing. I mean, but afterwards, I realized that it like reflected my mood at the time. Um, I still can't see anything.
It's okay. We have Henrietta says space and birds. Vivian says universe
Yeah,
butterflies.
kind of just happened.
Um,
And I felt like it was just so, I felt like it was super cool. It was like just different and out there. And it just kind of happened. But
interesting.
that's a cool piece. And I feel like
Space
right,
superfly love universe.
Apple Angels. Oh, cool. Thank you.
I like the descriptions of it.
Yeah, that's
I like the
awesome.
descriptions of it.
It's like not Family
Right?
Feud. Where you put
Interstellar.
yes, and your face is frozen very seriously right now. So I'm like, is he getting serious right now? You're
No, no,
you're like,
no. I'm laughing right now.
you're like,
It's very
I'm like,
strange.
oh, no.
Just cover
um,
me up.
I don't know
Just look at
why
the comments.
this reception is really bad. I don't know why I can't see still at this point anything, but I can see the comments, so that's
Okay,
cool.
so describe this, everybody. What's going on here? Describe it in the comments, and we'll read them out loud.
Thank you,
See if we
Shadow.
can guess that artwork.
Captivates.
Uh,
I'm
let's
in
see
the
what
room
comes up in the comments.
with the cable. Hi, Blaze.
Okay,
Hi,
we're waiting. Okay, love graffiti says
thank you.
Seabane
Hi,
triple
Joe.
zero.
Hi, Shadow.
Let's see. Love graffiti says Vivian. Love expression says John. Pink love says Henrietta. Uh, love hope. It's so let's describe the space maybe. It's like on a white wall with a large wooden floor like in the center of the room. It has
Am I in it?
a lot of red and pink.
Am I am I
Warm
stand
colors.
am I standing next to
No,
it?
you're not in this one. No.
Fate. No,
Um
let's you guys. What's
hope, love, earth,
are there
heat,
words in it?
passion, flavor. I can't see, it's too far away.
There's a big wood floor. Oh, is it like spots? Like drops? At
I
least kind of
Is it
like splatter?
spots? I think I'd say spots. There's like kind of green in the lower left-hand corner and then a lot of warm colors.
Oh no, you're talking about totally something. Is it the one? Is it a video?
No, I don't think so.
It's not.
It's
It's
not playing
green.
a video.
It's
I
what's
think
going on.
so. It's hard to
Emotion.
say. There's small
It
it's a small screen.
splatters.
Splatters.
White wall. What white wall? It's
Wooden
huge. Does it say love?
floor. Love in purple, says Joe.
Are
It's
you sure it's not?
huge. Um, does
I
it
can't.
say lovely fat? Question mark,
See
says John.
purple, pink.
Splatter, love, faith,
It's not the
hope,
one that I was just sitting in
says
front of,
Stephen.
right?
I
It's
don't
green.
think so. It's like very colorful. Love, words, energy, says Mimi. Hope, fate, love, purple, pink. Green heart, says Joe. 2 by 2 meters, says Sari Art. Faith.
I can hear the drum.
I find this
I
game
just
funny.
guessing my own painting is not easy,
I
apparently.
know.
Because
Try to guess your own painting based on the descriptions that people see on their phone.
a lot of them are. It's not the one I was sitting with, right?
Wait. Maybe. Wait, zoom out. Zoom out. Let's see a bigger view. Let's see a longer, like a wider. Because we don't see the. Could it be that one? Is it this one? I think it may be. Wait, it's a
Oh,
movie.
oh, you're seeing it framed. It's like you're seeing it on a wall.
Yeah, we're seeing it on a white wall.
It's the same painting. I'm like, the words that describes the one that was just behind me the whole time. Faith, the love.
Oh, we can't see. It's too far away. It's on a
Yeah, see
tiny
that,
screen.
the coloring and the coloring is not as good in any way. It's like actually sucks right now in person, but yeah, and
Oh, and it's flipped. That's the other reason. Your screen is
oh,
flipped, so we're like all disoriented. This is a fun
I'm
game.
so sorry, you guys. I suck at this.
No, no,
Okay,
no. This is fun. Let's move on.
okay,
I'm having a lot of
you see
fun
it,
with this. There's lots of claps.
right?
We did it.
We all need laughs, so if I can make any of you laugh, that's the one I'm
It's
showing
making
you
me laugh.
colors.
I'm enjoying this.
Okay, this one I just did. I love.
Oh
I
yeah,
just
wait. No, that's a different one. That's the love painting. Okay. Oh yeah, do you want to tell us about that one?
this one.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see
Mm-hmm.
it?
Yep,
I
we
still
can see it.
haven't. I haven't decided on a title, but I feel like that is literally in my brain. Like I feel like what's going on in the world right now, like that describes it. And I think on my Instagram I wrote, you know, sadness, confusion, suppressed, but I think I always end up then going to the bright colors, and that's like my message of hope. So it's like I've the painting to me, it's very like there's so many emotions in it. There's so many layers, and but at the end, I still, if it's chaotic and whatever, I still like want to spread the message of hope. And I think that's why the colors, like the neon, always end up coming in because I have lots of colors that aren't neon, and when I go to paint, they always just work their way in. So I wish I can unfreeze you.
Me too.
Uh, if I
You can
exit,
always
X
leave and
will.
come back in. Yeah, you can just
Oh,
exit and I'll just invite you back and just request on
okay.
again.
Thanks.
Yeah, just exit
Thanks.
out.
Okay.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye. All right. Well, this is fun. I do like this game though. What about you all? Do you like this game? I find it entertaining. I find it truly, truly entertaining. I've been having a lot of fun. If you're not currently following me, make sure to go up here and follow me, and leave a comment when this is posted. So I'm Aaron Jack at Aaron Jack Line Art on Instagram, Facebook, and now on TikTok. We'll see what happens there. All right, there we
I
go. Am I unfrozen?
see you without frozen. Like, it's so good to see your face. Okay.
I'd love it if you could like freeze me whenever you wanted because I'd play this game again. That was really entertaining.
Was that the first time that you played that game? Guess your own
Yes.
painting?
Yeah, I make it up. This is an art unto itself. I just make it up as I go.
That's amazing. I think it's a pretty good game, except so many of mine are bright and neon and have words. And a lot of them, even if you can't see the words, like, see, the color is so much better there. This is like in an off lighting. Yes, I was like green. I don't tend to work with a lot of green, but
But
I
you
had
can
green in the
see,
bottom left.
right, you can
Yeah,
see where
now,
we're going. Mm-hmm.
yeah, but you can see how it doesn't look so good in the light behind me. Okay,
It
got it.
changes.
Do you
It
have
changes. Lighting changes are
lighting
the way we change.
changes so much, especially like something like that. I think I sent you a video. Um, I love this one. It's one of the only ones I did with primary colors. Because, like I said, that neon just creeps right on in. But this is so textured. I have no idea how I did it. That's the thing. Like a lot of people will be like, "Can you make this one, something like intricate? Can you do that? Make that one for me in like a 5 by 5?" And I'm like, I I can't make like repeat any painting of mine. You know, that's they really are one of a kind. So Pollock, that's a compliment though. Thank you, thank
Right.
you.
I mean, we have certain cultural references. I think that's like common cultural references. I think that's
Right.
and
I mean,
and
are you kidding?
a
His
thing
work,
about culture. Mm-hmm.
his work is amazing. So there's like some papers in there. I don't know if you can see, if anybody can see, and I titled it "Hidden Scripture," and I kind of wanted, I want people to kind of have their own interpretation. Yes, you could see the writing. It's kind of like I want people to have their own interpretation of what it is or what it means.
Hmm.
I kind of like hearing what other people think. Because what it means to me and what it means to someone else, or what I see and what you see, are totally different. And I like that because what speaks to one person doesn't speak to another person. Obviously, that's how it goes about everything with beside art and everything in the world. But I have had trouble trying to. You feel the same? I have had trouble. Like I don't want to part with this one because it's my it's my only one with like primary colors, and I did it a long time ago, and I don't know how I did it. Do you have the video of that shows
I'm not
like the text?
sure. I have photos. I'm not sure if I got any video downloaded.
Okay.
I'm not sure what
If you
happened.
if you guys want to see any videos, if you go to my Instagram page, since videos became like available, I try and post a video as my second picture. Like,
Oh,
you can
really?
post. So I do like first the picture and then the video. And I know not everybody swipes to the second. I mean, I don't do it a lot, but if you want to see some videos of the texture, because like that is so textured, it like comes out like I could take my hand and go through the whole thing. There's so much texture in there. There's different papers and yeah, it's just like in the metallic colors, they're they're so shiny. Like it just you can't tell very well in a photograph.
Hmm.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
lighting changes so much to photograph art with different lighting. It changes the how we see, how we feel, how our colors, the relativeness of the colors. I mean, just as a photographer. And
Yeah. Are you a photographer?
yes, that's been
Yeah, you are on
my.
the other page. Oh
Hmm.
yes.
That's my other page. That's my photography page.
Yeah,
Follow me on Instagram.
I
Follow
did
my
man.
photography page.
Hours photography. So are those all yours on that page? I just saw it the other day.
Yeah.
I got that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
You got
I on my
oh,
photography page, I now just posted 10 interviews from a curation I just did with Showfields, but that's like the interviews versus my own art, and that's like what I do here. I've my own art, and then I do the interviews and talk to people about their work.
okay.
So,
So do you
I
have
mhm.
did you do photos for show fields?
uh no, so I curated their show.
Oh, that's so
So I
cool.
curated a show. So in New York City, they asked me to curate a show about COVID. So I got all of these like top level, amazing photographers. 15 of them from all around the world, like Russia, Peru, Lithuania, all
Wow.
throughout the U.S., Hong Kong, England, all like New York Times photographers published all over, like covering just immense amounts of like around the world, like work for top level stuff. and then I curated a whole bunch, and then I interviewed 10 of them. So
That's
like
amazing.
full hour-long interviews with 10 of them.
You guys, go check that out. I gotta go check that out
Yeah.
after I.
It's at Aaron Jackendoff Photography. So I
Yeah.
have the
So
link in my
it's
profile.
at the top of your page, but then if you click, it shows you on the top of your page what your other page is.
Yeah.
I get confused when people have multiple pages. Hi, Mom. So was that
Mm-hmm.
a show that was online?
Yeah, so it's on the Show Fields website. Um, I just sent it out, a link to it in my email thing. But yeah, so it's online, and then I curated, just like did a live curation, talked about the work for an hour. So like gave descriptions. I tried to get to know all of the artists. I like the idea of curating shows as like a thing. Sometimes I've done two since COVID. I curated like a cross multidisciplinary show for Fringe Fest, and then Pittsburgh, and then I curated this one for Showfields. So it's fun. It's a fun thing to do.
Uh,
Um, so I think we have like 3 or 4 minutes. Let's. So that's your love
Okay,
painting.
that was the first one. Um, that is that also took forever, but they're actually that's different than the print I showed you.
Oh.
This has more pinks and purples. Yeah, if you look, it's more blurred, kind of the loves, and it's because I had to paint everything in white, and then I had to want to color over it, but I still wanted to show the love. So I mean, and I was trying to go in a straight line, and my brain does not think like in a straight line. So to try and get those all, and I ended up titling it "Imperfect Love" because I spent so much time trying to get it perfect, and then I'm like, and I posted it, and everyone like instantly like that was my first like all love painting. I literally people from the other side of the world that were like, and I'm like, you know what? It really is beautiful. Like sometimes I'm not as confident, and then when people say it, I'm like, oh. And now when I look at it, I'm like, that is beautiful. But that's sold right away, and it is imperfect, and love is imperfect, and life is imperfect, and my art, there is no perfect, there is no right or wrong, right? It's just like how you interpret it. Um, and then the other one I did was more, you could see the letters a little better, and that's the print I have with Arch. Yeah, and that took like 3 months. So I did the background in multiple colors. I did the love. If it was not even, I mean, it's still not even, but then I would like scrub it off, scrub the color below off, restart, and and then I kind of just left it. So that's the one that's available in prints, um, in a 3x3, a 10x10, and then also this acrylic heart. So I don't know if I'll ever do more prints or not. I think maybe I feel like if I want to spread love, like this was the perfect piece to do a print of because like not everybody can put a 6 by 7 foot painting in their house, and not everybody obviously can afford that, and obviously can't make that for everyone. So it was a good one to make and be able to share in a smaller version and in print.
Mm.
That's part of the mini. So not the heart isn't up there, but yes, it's a heart that I did, and that's what I locked into this
Mm.
with the Your Mom Cares and Art Sugar. This is like, I feel like you can't go wrong with this. That's just showing part of the process and how big it is. Um, I'm only like 5 feet, 5'2" maybe. So, I mean, I was on a ladder. I was like on step stools and stuff trying to do this one because it's sideways, but obviously I was doing it standing.
Oh, and this is like
Yes.
process, right?
Yes, it's processed, but I sent you the pictures backwards because that's how. Um, my brain. Yeah. So it's processed, and so I literally would do those loves and then not like them and like scrub them and then redo them, and I'm just like, it ended up being, it's not meant to be perfect. My art, almost all my art is abstract, so um, lines and perfection are not my thing, but I love that. And a lot of people seem to really, right now, the love stuff is just big. I think everybody's just obviously going through, this is like the hardest time for probably almost everybody in the world. So I think the love is just a good message right now. And a lot of people are just digging that whole love thing. So yeah, that was in process.
Oh,
That's how I started it, right? So I thought I was going to be making boxes. I don't think I knew I was going to write love. So I don't, I sometimes I plan ahead, but I really don't because it doesn't end up. I have an earlier painting that I did with all these neon squares, the one with tempera paint, and it was like my favorite. And so I started trying to make like square type things. And then I'm like, screw that. I'm putting love on this. And it worked. I mean, it worked. But yeah, that's the process. That was part of the process of how, like, that's behind the letters. And um, like I said, it took me about 3 months. It was a lot. So that is one of my black and white ones. And I do like my black and white, and I think they're really pretty. Somebody just bought that in Arizona, and it looks amazing in their house. And I do like black and white too, but I love color. But I do like black and white. And I know that's kind of like colicky looking, but I love how just from the movie, like how he was able to throw, like I just like it's like a release, like like it's not a lot you can do to release, um, especially with my illness. Like if you work out or you do things that actually backfires your system and it's dangerous. Like the doctors will be like, you're not supposed to exercise, you're not supposed to exert. Your body doesn't make the proper, the oxygen doesn't get to your cells. And so the painting is like vigorous. It's not, it's hard. Um, but if I'm going to take a window of energy and do anything, and I'll overdo it and I'll be in a lot of pain and I'll be icing everywhere. And people be like, well, why'd you do so much? And I'm like, you don't understand. Like, once you start, you just get like lost. Like, it's not like you could be like, okay, I'm gonna do 10 minutes and then that's it. Like, you have to finish what's in your head. So, yeah, it's part of the mini loves. They're great for just like any room, just to add a little pop of color. And those are like 12 by 12 inches. So they're not big. So it's perfect if someone wants to collect a piece but doesn't have the space or, the budget, but they can still get something small and colorful from me. Oh, there's the video. That's the hidden scripture one. So you could see all the texture, and I still don't think it shows like the colors as well as they are in person, but you guys could see the writing and the things more. But like, can you imagine if someone's like, "Can you make that for me?"
I can
Like,
imagine a lot of things.
I mean, people that, so that's another textured piece showing example of how I work a lot with texture that doesn't show up in a photograph. That was a triptych. Um, and it's like green and golds. It's on my page. Um, I wanted to show the video so people can see that I use a lot of texture that doesn't show up in a photograph. But people that, yeah, it's crazy. I love, yeah, that's like more my like apparent Pollock style, that right? Um,
Mm.
these were some of my earlier ones. I love that. I mean, I like them all, but the purple, I'm just like, it's called Tornado of Lust.
Hmm.
And I feel like you just can get lost in that. And you know what's funny? Are you out of time?
Well, I don't know. Sometimes Instagram lets us go over. So I wanted to make sure that we got through because sometimes Instagram's like, oh, you're cut off exactly at an hour. And sometimes it's like, yeah, you can go over. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. So I was just gonna say that tornado blast. Yeah, I was gonna say that what happens is, however, wherever I am, like that's in Arizona, but wherever I am, the paintings are stacked. You know, stacked against the wall or whatever, stored. And if it's in a room where you know that I'm in, I notice that I see things in them. I see so many faces, animals, like so many things, like they look different to me every time. And then I'll pull a different painting and put it in front of the stacks. And that one will be the one that I see the most, or like those like five or whatever. And I'll notice so many different things that I never saw before in them. And I think that's such a cool thing about art. Like you could just get so lost and see so many different things that um and I like that when I see other people's posts and in photography, even like anything, like I'm like, I see three faces with, and I love when people tell me what they think or what they see because it's such a cool thing to hear. Um, yeah, so that's, you know, and I also have at times not liked things and painted over them, and they end up being really cool because you have all that like texture and paint underneath, and it's been there for a while. So you guys, I would never throw out I used to think I would throw out canvases. I really did. If I didn't like something, I just wanted to, I'm so angry. I just wanted to throw it out. But don't do that. Like stick it in the back of something if you don't like it, and then pull it out again and just like go for it, because you'll be surprised what you can come up with. And you'll probably like that can end up being your favorite. That's happened to me. Like I literally like, someone please throw this out. It's, you know, don't need it. So I would say that. Thank you, Carter. It's hard to read names on
It's
Instagram.
oh, it's Henrietta. Everybody. Well, I think it's also that everybody has a different name than they necessarily have in
Right.
their like
Like mine is
thing up
Jessica
there.
Kaplan
So
and yours is, but like if I yeah, like artist load Carter.
yeah, yeah.
Your
So that's
enthusiasm.
Henrietta. So
Thank. Oh, who's Henrietta? Hi, Henrietta. I
Henrietta,
like
she's
that
in
name.
near London. Henrietta's an artist
Oh,
near London.
awesome, awesome. And
So,
I also just
hmm.
honored. I'm honored to say that I just got a feature in Create Magazine on their website,
Oh, cool.
and
Nice.
of all things they put up as the main painting is the love one.
Hmm. Yeah,
Like I
I just did my second interview with Kat, who's the founder of Create,
yeah,
like
yeah, I watched
oh
part of it. They're
2
so
weeks
cool.
ago. I did that on Freedom Tapestry Project, and that was like really I really enjoyed that interview so much with Kat.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know them personally. I submitted, but I was very honored that I got to be amongst all those amazing, they're like amazing artists. I'm like, oh wow. But I just thought it was funny that I just did this love collaboration. I just had someone write me last night that they wanted me to do a love, that like a love, and then like I saw that they posted my feature and it's the love painting, and so that's why I'm like everyone's like really into the love right now. Um, you'd like to try too. Not sure. Would you like to try what?
Try what? I don't know. I'm not sure. Um,
But
anyhow. Hmm.
yeah, so
Oh
that
yeah,
happened.
Mimi's in London as well. So there we go.
And that's the most awesome thing about Instagram. Like you connect with people on the other side of the world. I connect just one last thing.
No, go for it.
You know, this you know, like I said, I suffer from depression and anxiety, and I was feeling so down one day, and I'll never forget. Someone from Dublin wrote me about my art, and she said, I love your art. You know, I can't really afford it right now, but I made it my screensaver. And I was like, that just made me so happy. She's like, it helps me, like, it lifts my spirits. And I was like, even if I don't sell something or can't sell, it's not all about the selling for me. It's, you love Dublin. She actually bought, and then she actually got them, was able to get the mini love. So like I stayed in touch with her and I follow her, and it was awesome because finally she was able to get, I think this is $90. I know it's backwards, but the mini one is $90 and they ship worldwide. Art Sugar, I don't ship worldwide. So that's also the cool thing about this collaboration. And so I was so happy that she was finally able to, she sent me a picture and I'm like, that's so cool. Like that I got connected all the way to Dublin, and like 6 months later from that conversation, she sent me a picture of this on her wall, you know? So that's Instagram is a great tool for just networking and connecting with some great people if you use that, and you know just get rid of the priceless. I know it's a priceless moment. Um, I think it's if you just use it for try and use it for positive. Like I know it's very hard. Sometimes you see things like and you're like, I want that life, or I want wish I was at that place and all these people. And I think a lot of that is just baloney. Ah, Starlicity. It's one of my best friends. She's in New York.
Oh,
She's
nice.
a manager to a lot of the reality stars, like Bachelor, Bachelorette Nation. So if you guys
Oh,
are
that's
like
awesome.
into stuff, Bachelor Nation, go follow Starlicity because
Well,
she
follow
has
me and I'll
all
follow
those
you back. There
people.
we go.
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean, uh, obviously follow Aaron. I thought that
Right,
was a
there we go. Follow,
I thought
follow,
that was a
follow
given.
both of us. If you're, if you're on
I,
here, make sure to
I
follow both of us here.
obviously, if you're on here, follow Aaron, follow me. You know, you got. I just assumed that was given, but
Right. Well, I think sometimes it's like I start watching these and then it slips my mind, but I try to do that right away. If I see someone on live, I just like who I'm like,
I
oh, that's kind
don't
of
know.
interesting. Follow.
The problem is I don't know who was on here once it. She followed you. Once
Oh,
it was. Once it was. Once it goes, like I don't know who's on here. Like I did a live. Oh, done already. Awesome. I did a live at like 10, 11 p.m. at night, and it showed there were like 5 people on or whatever, and then when I hung up it said like there were 100 people on, and I'm like, well, who were they?
who are
You know,
these people?
because you can't see it, you can't see. Did you know that it doesn't
Hmm?
really show you after you on here?
My internet.
Damn. um
such is life, right?
Did you, when you hang up, can you see who viewed the video?
No. That's
Right.
part of the whole thing is like they used to be able to do that when it like lasted for 24 hours. You used to be able to see who viewed it during the time, but now not anymore. So I'm just
Yeah,
like,
it's so
please
bad
follow.
because everyone who's on here, like, send a message, say hi or something, wave, let me know you're on here. Because I think that people don't realize that their names flash so quickly, and then I may want to be like, oh, let me go talk to Henrietta, but I don't know, remember her name anymore. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
because it's not the same person on there. I'm like, oh,
Right. So
it's like that there should be like that Craigslist like for missing connections on Instagram.
that's funny. So yeah, say hi to, shoot me a wave if you, I'm sure Aaron would be happy.
Yeah.
A wave, say hello if you're on, and thank you for this awesome interview. And it was
Yeah.
great to meet you via the internet.
Via this Instagram live thing. Yeah, right? Thank so I want to say thank you, Jessica. Thank you to everyone who's watching.
Yes,
Make sure to follow us and DM us, both of us,
thank you so
afterwards,
much.
whoever you're not
I
following.
Yeah, I feel
So
bad like not.
well, no, I mean, so you can find me at Aaron Jack Line Art on Instagram, TikTok. Now, be my first friend. um,
I don't even know how to do TikTok.
I
Uh,
just I just reinstalled it because I'd like the other day. So be
I
my
need.
friend.
I,
Facebook. Where can
I,
people find you?
where can they find me?
Yeah, like what's your handle? Like spell it out and
Uh,
spell out the name of that disease because someone I think Vivian wanted to know how to spell the disease that she should look up and as well.
oh, hey Kenny, it's an old friend from LA.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
he's a UFC coach. He's was almost in the Olympics for wrestling.
Oh, wow. That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, he's crazy badass. Like, so if you like UFC kind of stuff, you guys go follow Bolt Wrestling. Yeah,
There we go. There we go.
lots of
DM
kinds of
me. I
cool.
don't know. I like to kind of learn about what's happening in the world. So
Yeah, no,
who are people? What are they doing?
yeah, no, it's awesome. And then he wants a painting.
Well, wait,
And
wait. You have your
then
thing right now. Where does he go? Art Sugar?
okay, everything is on my Instagram page, Jessica Kaplan Art. The collaboration is on the top, and you can. It's Jessica JESSICAKAPLAN Arts one. Um, and if you click on, and you can also go to my website, which is jessicakaplanart.com. Don't miss the one on the Instagram. Someone else took my name already, and I had to put a one. Um, so definitely go check it out. You can go to Art Sugar's page. You can go. It's at the top of my page, and then Art Sugar. If you click on it, it gives a whole summary about my illness. It talks about it on my website, and like I said, it's myalgic encephalitis slash chronic fatigue, and you can learn. Just Google it. You could just Google my MECFS with a dash, um, and yeah, if you could spread anybody can, and if I can, you know, get one person to understand such a misunderstood disease, then that's great. It's worth it. And I eventually would like to try and do my art with part proceeds going into that. MECFS.
Hmm?
Mimi, M-E
Oh
slash
yeah, yeah, yeah.
CFF.
Mm-hmm. CFS. C. Why don't you write in the comments?
Can I write in here? Oh,
Yeah, you
God,
can
I didn't
write in
even know I
there.
could
Yeah,
do
you
that.
can write in the comments. We're learning things all the time. That's the beautiful thing.
Wait, yes, wait, someone just wrote something about a friend. I can't, where did it
Yeah,
just go?
Seabane 000.
Since the 80s. It's horrible. It's a horrible disease. Like, I know I look okay. You're right, your best friend. I'm sending gentle hugs to your best friend. It's horrible. Like, I mean, I am in bed till 4 o'clock and I am in bed like 14 hours a day, 15 hours, 14. And I mean, this is like a stimulating adrenaline thing going on. This is great and I'm having so much fun. But, it's not gonna like, well, I'll sign off, it's gonna be gone. Like, you crash. So, it's MECFS. Did that show?
Yeah, ME slash
Go to
CCF.
open, open med. Um, that's like team at Stanford that these people are doing like research like crazy. They just don't have the funding. It's just
Hmm.
some really interesting stories. Um,
So you're gonna
I'm past.
start. You're gonna do your next fundraiser for Open Med, right?
I don't know. Yeah, Amy Carlson. Wait, I've gone to DC and have been lobbying with my other best friend, actress Amy Carlson, for the past 2 years. Sadly, my friend passed away 3 years ago. Yes, I know about that. I know about how Amy Carlson, I mean, I know that like she's, I'm not sure what she's in, but she's a celebrity and she did speak out about it. And like, that's the thing. Like, you need people to spread the word and that's amazing. And I'm so sorry about your friend. I'm so sorry. There's different levels of the disease. And yeah, I mean, she just said her friend died from it. And it could like literally, there's some people on feeding tubes and there's some people on, so I'm so, so grateful that I can like get paint. I can't do it every day and I have to do it in little spurts, but I'm so grateful for it. Um, I mean, I'm grateful I can get out of bed and I'm grateful even if it's a short window. But that's why this art just means so much to me because there's so much behind it. There really is. There's just so much behind it. And I hope, like I said, sometimes I get nervous to share my story, but then I hope, by sharing it, it will raise awareness. And if it, does that, then it's worth it. It's kind of hard to go vocal about something like that. There's a lot of judgment and criticism. And like, if you take a picture and you go out to dinner one night, no one knows, like, maybe you're home for an entire week and someone helped you to get ready and put together and what you have to do to go to that dinner, and like maybe you have a fever after and like you can't move the next day, but you go because you want to be part of life and you take a picture or you do some things here and there, and then people are like, obviously you're not sick. Like, you cannot be sick and be dressed up and go to dinner. So yes, you can, people. It's like just something you can't see, and I think we just all need to be kinder and more aware of, not aware of the fact that we really don't know what's going on behind closed doors, whether it's an illness or any other thing. And I mean, me myself, I also need to be kinder and more thoughtful and more patient. So I think we just really don't know what's going on behind closed doors. And I just hope that people can try and think about that before they criticize or knock people down. It's just not necessary to knock someone down. I've been criticized for my illness. It's so bizarre. I've been knocked down for so many years. Like you can't possibly, you were out, it's, and so, yeah, you just don't know what goes on behind closed doors. Not everybody says everything out loud. So, oh, thank you, Sadie. So if I could spread awareness and just sending love to everybody out there. I know it's really hard times right now everywhere. Like I don't know anybody that's not going through a hard time, and just love to all, and thank you for being on here and listening and supporting, and yeah, thank you so much. And Aaron,
Thank you.
thank you so much for having me. It was an honor to be on here amongst all those amazing people you interviewed. So it was my first live interview, and I'm glad it was you, and thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
So,
Till next time. Till
right,
next time. Thank you for sharing your art. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody watching. Follow
yeah,
me next time on Aaron Jack Line Art. I have more out there, more coming. Full schedule every
yeah,
Tuesday.
Tuesday,
On Thursday.
Tuesday.
Thursdays, Freedom Tapestry Project. Tuesdays, my channel. That's the way things are right now. All
Awesome.
right. See you later.
Great. Bye, guys.
Be
Thank you
well.
so much.